contact since 1994. Leah Stein was my first teacher at college in Swarthmore. And what was the other question? My age? 45? 40? I was born in 1974. Am I 40?
45.
I'm 45. Yeah, okay. So contact, that was my first experience. It was part of my undergraduate education, and it was one of many dance classes I took. So I was doing Indian dance and modern dance, and didn't do ballet there, tap dance. And then I went to England, and I didn't dance contact for a while. I was doing other dancing, and then, oh god, this is a history talk now. But I rediscovered it because I wasn't well, and I had to stop dancing completely. And luckily there was a jam, and so because I couldn't do other dance classes, I could just go to the jam and watch. So I didn't have to tell anybody about my business, and it kind of gave me the jam, and then the social time afterward gave me a place to come and be around people and not have to. I could do as much or as little as I wanted, and I wasn't so I had to explain much. So in a way, it helped me get out of or come back to dancing. And then when I studied with Nancy, I understood something very different about what it was, because she talked about how it began. And that was a revelation to me, because I had seen it practiced in so many different ways, but hearing from her and learning the small dance was like, okay, I discovered, or something was taught to me that then became like a daily practice, so specifically the small dance. And then, what else has it changed? Oh, yeah, so then I got active in my community because I started being part of the organizational team to host things, and then I started teaching. But people asked me to teach. So because I didn't feel like I could teach it, I waited, and I was like, oh, what do I know about this thing? So some people go to a jam, they go, oh, I can teach this, and I didn't do that. I waited, and I also kind of waited till I kind of got permission, sort of, because I kind of feel like this practice is like, it's almost like the model of apprenticeship. So even though I had a teaching degree and I had a dance teaching degree, I still didn't teach contact. I was just around. And then when people started asking me, then I started teaching. And that changed me as well, because I thought a lot about how to transmit the work. And I thought about my teachers and how they transmit the work. Not just contact teachers, but other teachers that I consider, masters or really good. And it's a lot about listening, and it's a lot about working with what comes to you, not it's a facilitation process rather than a dictation process. And I think that's what the dance practice is about, is a lot deep listening with a lot of responsibility, and also with the forces. So there's that. And so it helped me a lot to sort of come back to myself, and then it gave me a lot of things. And then I got invited to work on the Quarterly, which gave me the opportunity to help people write about their practice teaching or their whatever issues are coming up for them in their work. And it also gave me the opportunity to travel, because when I couldn't dance so much, I started documenting, and a lot of festivals and events needed that, so I would do exchanges, so it allowed me to travel. So I got to visit many different countries through contact jams or contact festivals or teacher events. So it gave me that. And then the editing also gave me the opportunity, still does, to work with people and their ideas. And I apply the same principle editing as I do in dancing, is to really listen to how they want to express what their story is or their thing is. What else has it changed in my life?
Has it changed you?
Has it changed me? Yes. Well, this and tuning, I have to say, it's hard hard for me to separate Contact and Lisa Nelson, because even though she's technically not practicing or teaching that, but because of that I then met her, and I kind of teach, whenever I'm teaching Contact, I always throw in some of the things with the eyes or perceptual stuff, because I think they're really like this. So yeah, so that probably, it's very hard for me to separate the two things, but I think the tuning even changed me more than Contact did, because of all the work with the perceptual awareness, and the scores that we work with that. And then what Ray said, I'm saying, Ray's sitting right here, by the way. The teaching then added a different dimension. So like it changed me, and then what's amazing to me is then teaching it to other people. And I really enjoy teaching non-dancers. So people who maybe like moving, or maybe just heard about this thing and they come and try it, and that's the best, because they don't come in with prior ideas about what it is that they might do. So they're kind of even more open to what might happen, or not knowing. And that's a big part of both of these things, is like you're preparing for the unknown. So those skills that we learn in the studio and practice in the studio totally apply to real life, because you don't know what's going to happen out there, and it keeps you awake and alive and listening, so I think it prepares you for lots of things, including good dancing, which is always fun. So it's changed me in lots of ways, physically, and then with the work I've been able to do. And most recently I've been working with people with Parkinson's, and I've been introducing some of that to them, because often people get very afraid that they're going to fall over, or they can't control their movement. But teaching them about how to listen to their body, nobody ever does that. So it's been really interesting with that population of people. And then the other people that I've been teaching are yoga teachers, through my other teacher, anatomy teacher, and so he's invited me, because there's a lot of stuff in the small dance that just answers all these questions about oscillation, and then how balance works, and fascia questions, and all these things that they're studying, but to give them an actual felt experiential thing that they can then study for the rest of their lives is really quite fun, to just pass it on. So I don't know if that's so it changed me personally, and then also it's in my work, it's really expanded my repertoire and my life experience, because I'm able to then share it and then keep the dialogue going. And also the quarterly, because the quarterly was a huge part of the development of how it spread, because it was the place. That's another thing that people sometimes forget, that there was always reflection time. It wasn't just about it was a study, and that they would go and study and think and articulate about what was going on and question things. And it was always a dialogue, and that's how the quarterly began, because they wanted to keep in touch and have conversations and share. And then the context list in the beginning, way back, but before the internet, how would you find somebody? There was a list, and you could, in the back, and you go, okay, I'm going to be in Minneapolis, who's there? And so it was a way to continue learning and have community and connection. Anyway, that's not really about me, but I'm still part. But the journal now, it has a different format, but it has the roots in that. So to me, also the two things I feel like are also very close, because that medium of that newsletter helped the way that people could practice and disseminate the information, and I hope I do it justice. Okay, I think it's enough. Thank you.